When I first started interviewing for a job, maybe it was that thing, I worked in a company for 20 years in the warehouse. I started out by unloading trailers, and my last job was in maintenance in the warehouse. And I interviewed for a job in a company. And they asked me very directly, what did I think of so-and-so as a supervisor? I told them. I was offered the foreman position in the company. Well, I had college. And I told the warehouse manager, no, I like being an idiot here. Because I knew the second I became a foreman, he would fire me. He didn't like people with college. Because I guess he flunked out. There were a few of us out of 500 that had college. And but the new job, the guy asked me about him. I said, well, this is what I know about him. Why? Well, the other people would say a great thing. I was very positive. He didn't like anybody that had college. And he fired. When he got into that position, there was people there. There were supervisors. I told one of them that you're going to be fired. Rich doesn't like people with college. Sure enough, fired. He tried to fire me because I was Teamster, so no way. But when I was looking at another job at chemistry, I did not put down my education. So I was, oh yeah, you're going to fill this slot up here. And when I walked into the lab, wouldn't you know, my new supervisor looked at me, looked at my resume, said, this is kind of light. I know who you are. You were teaching a class at Governor State University, and I was in that class. And I did one of these. Well, I tried. Oh, where are you going? Thank you for even having me, talking to me. And she said, why do you want the job? I said, I can't get a job. I'm overeducated, period. She said, you're damn right you are for this job. But I need you. So you're here. You're on a trial. I was on a trial for a decade. But so she said, yeah. Do you know how to do this? Yes. Do you know how to do that? Yes. I did it in grad school. And she said, okay, let's try. And 2 weeks later, 6 people went on vacation. Guess what, Richard? You're now doing their job. Yes. Instead of starting at 7:30 to 3:30, I started at 6 a.m. to whatever time I got out of there. And I did that for a couple of weeks. Even my, quote, supervisor said, I don't get paid to do this. And he said, well, you're going to go home? No, I got to get this stuff done for tomorrow. And she said, I got a reputation of doing the odd things. You know, you're now doing this, you're now doing that, you're doing this, you're doing that. And interviewing it with one of the companies I worked at, I started as a chemical engineer. Chemical engineer. Because my boss knew who I was, and he knew my background in chemistry. And he asked, well, can you do this? Can you do that? I should be able to do it. And I did it. I set up a pilot plant, mechanical. Hey, my dad was a mechanical engineer. Yes, I worked on his apartment buildings. But and as maintenance, you did a lot of other stuff. And he said, "You got the job, and I already cleared you on security." Oh, okay. I got the job. But yes, it's nice to network. Of course, I happen to be sitting in a room right now that there are 4,000 other people, 4,500 other people belongs to this society. And if I wanted a job, I have been asked by some of our members, "Would you like to be employed?" I said, "I'm retired, but we could use you as an advisor." "No, as a job." "You want a job?" Well, of course, now I'm too old for anything, and they can go out and get, there's the old saying, fill it up with a lot of people. So job interviews are really that thing. The best thing, if you want to get into a company, find out what kind of networking they have. Yeah, so it's like, you want a job, try networking.